welcome to the user experience video for Print Audit Xerox Embedded. Today we will be exploring user-facing features and navigation, including the copy, scan, and fax tracking functionality, as well as the secure release functionality. Let's get started. Authentication to the Print Audit Embedded system is configurable and can be set to no authentication if desired. There are three kinds of authentication that can be set when using the copy, scan, and fax tracking component of Print Audit Embedded for Xerox, including PIN, swipe, and Active Directory username and password. PIN and swipe methods reference the PIN attributes stored in the user list of the Print Audit administrator, and Active Directory authenticates against the domain. When using PIN authentication, the user is prompted to provide their unique PIN code value. After entering a PIN code value and clicking the Login button, the user can be presented with additional prompts using the recovery functionality of Print Audit. A custom field I have created in the administrator is shown on screen. Once a user has made the appropriate selections for the required information, the copier is unlocked for use by the user. Multiple custom field values can be applied to the embedded system if required. After completing the job or jobs on the device, it is recommended that the user logs out, although the device's timeout functionality will eventually log out the user and return the device to the Print Audit Embedded home screen. Print Audit Embedded can also be configured to accept swipe card information to authenticate. When set to swipe for the authentication type, the following screen is displayed. After applying the card to the card reader, the embedded software will check the PIN attributes stored in the user list of the Print Audit administrator for a matching user account. If a match is found, the user will be authenticated and any additional required information will be requested from the user. When finished, don't forget to log out. When set to Active Directory for the authentication type, a user is prompted for their username, password, and domain. A popular feature of Print Audit Embedded is allowances, which function as a declining balance for users. Each operation that they perform will deduct from the configured balance. My remaining balance following the previous copy operation is now 0. Since my balance is at 0, I am not able to utilize the locked functions of the copier until the administrator provides additional balance for my account. The other component of Print Audit Embedded is Secure Release. This allows users to authenticate at the devices and select print jobs for release. For secure-related functionality, there are three types of authentication, including PIN, swipe, and password. Once a user is authenticated, they are provided with a listing of secured jobs for release. PIN authentication functions very similarly to the copy, scan, and fax tracking component. A user is presented with a screen to input the PIN, and the user is authenticated before being presented with a listing of their specific secure jobs. Users cannot see the secure jobs of other users when they are authenticated. Occasionally, a user may forget their PIN code, in which case the Forgot PIN Code button will allow a user to authenticate with their username and password. The PIN code will then be displayed on screen before allowing the user to continue with the secure release. When finished, don't forget to log out. Swipe card authentication is another method for identifying the user at the device. Registering swipe cards can be done in one of two ways. The organization can enter swipe card information into Active Directory, or they can use the device to register swipe card information as users access the device. The way that auto-registration works is that the system checks the swipe card value against the environment. If a match is not found during authentication, the user is prompted for their username and password. Upon successful authentication, the swipe card value is stored for future use. A swipe card value must be unique in the environment. The release process is as simple as selecting the job or jobs to release and pressing the release button. When finished, don't forget to log out. Password authentication allows users to log on with their username and password. Once authenticated, they are presented with the same actions as discussed in the PIN and swipe authentication sections. In addition to releasing jobs, the user is also able to cancel jobs. This is done by selecting the job from the list and pressing the cancel button. A user is also able to release all jobs simply by pressing the Release All button. When finished, don't forget to log out.